How's it going, guys? Welcome into today's video. I just pulled up to Heads by Drew. I am here to pick up my freshly built heads. Right now I wish I could flip the camera. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I gotta delete an engine code. If you know anything about these Cummins, these newer generations, 2015 to like 2018 area, the VGT system that they set up on the turbos actually has a coolant line that sits just above it. And sometimes it leaks into the motherboard and can kind of fry it a little bit, so I'll constantly will turn on a check engine light. Nothing too major, but yeah, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna pick up some fresh heads. Oh, sorry, hold on, covering the camera. I forgot my camera actually. So, well, I just got off work. I'm still wearing my boots. You can see them. So yeah, we're gonna head in there. Hopefully pick these up. Hey guys, welcome back. Obviously it's a different day. Last we left off, I was at Drew's picking up the heads, which are right here. But over the weekend I kind of got sick and then didn't really record very much. So now I'm here today. We're going to talk about every single part I've bought to hopefully make this car push 450 wheel plus. And so yeah, I'm going to go through my entire stack of stuff that I have going on over here, and we're gonna go from there. So I hope you guys all enjoy. All right, so obviously we're gonna start off easy. So I have my mostly torn apart short block over here, but from the bottom end, well, we'll start over here actually. So obviously you guys know I have the Chase Phase power steering set up. That's just mostly because I had power steering lines that were leaking, but this should be reinforcement to hold the high pressure of the fluid passing through. And then the lower end, I have my short block EJ, let's see if you can see, EJ25 that I had built out in California. It has it's been bored out 25 over with Carrillo racing pistons, Manley H-beam rods, race bearings, and a balanced STI crankshaft. That's just the basis of that short end. Obviously that's just to hold enough power hopefully to push 450 wheel. And then obviously right here you guys already saw I have the heads. I have the heads right here. I'm not going to unpackage them, I'm not going to unwrap them, just because I don't want any dust or debris sitting on them. But the setup I have in those is brand new blank B25s with SuperTech intake and exhaust valves, nitro black, as well as the Beehive springs and retainers and followers. The Beehive setup is to hold, the intake is supposed to be 220 psi, and then the exhaust I believe is 60 psi. I'd have to double check the paperwork. I have it. So yeah, that's just to hold the top end. And then over here we're gonna start going through these boxes. I'll start unpackaging and you guys will take we'll take a closer look. All right guys, so like I said, we're gonna be going through some of these boxes. First things first, we have Cometics full gasket kit for the EJ257. So this will have all of the little gaskets in there, a bunch of the it has every gasket for the EJ257 other than head gaskets, which are in a box over here. Next we have the, here we go, Turbo XS high flow catted downpipe, which it doesn't look like a downpipe, I know. Let me see if I can unpackage some of this. Get over there. So here's the lower part. Obviously this is the catted part. This bolts up to the downpipe right here. And well, yeah, the turbo side. That down. Again, a lot of these parts I'm not going to be unwrapping. So this is the turbo side. As you can see right here, Turbo XS. It's the unmarried, or no, it's the married version. I've never had a bolted downpipe before, so this is going to be kind of weird. But it should be enough to help me pass those tuning emission problems. Put this back. Set this down here. All right, next we have, I don't remember what's in this box, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure this is one of my boxes from Import Image Racing. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I barely opened these boxes. I didn't fully check everything. So this is my Grimspeed boost controller. This will help, you know, obviously STI stock boost solenoids can only hold a certain amount of pressure, so this will help me boost up a little bit more. I'm probably not going to push more than 25, I'd like to believe. That all depends, of course, on which turbo I get, which I haven't for sure decided on yet. This right here is still wrapped up. This is just my pitch stop. I got a Group N pitch stop. I'm pretty sure it's exactly like the stock one I already have on the STI right now. So nothing too fancy, but enough to help firm it up a little bit. And then in here, I have the Tomei head gaskets. They're 101 diameter with a 1.2 millimeter thickness, which I don't technically need to go that thick for the very reason that I already I have brand new heads and everything, so I don't need to have that much of a thickness. If they were resurfaced heads, of course I'd want more thickness. So that's all that was in that Import Image Racing box. Alright, set that over here. And then this one I got from Flatirons Tuning up in Boulder, Colorado. This unboxing is going to be a whole mess. So you can barely take a look at these. But I got still wrapped, obviously, because I haven't had a reason to take them out. But with the mount right there, these are my Group N motor mounts that I got to help also solid it up a little bit, make it feel a little bit better. I'm not positive what comes stock on STI. It might already be Group N because they look almost exactly the same, if I'm being honest. But, you know, I need new motor mounts. Mine are kind of busted. That one was the Flatirons. This one is one of my packages from Mishimoto Racing. So I have a full silicone expansion tank and like all coolant line set up here. So I already have the Mishimoto inlet outlet of the radiator, but this one will be all on the expansion tank and the afterwards. And then I have a low pressure thermostat. That's what I'm already running. That's what I was already running on here, and it's keeping the temperatures nice and cool. So I figured I'd need to get another one just to set up properly. Oh, now my boxes everywhere, dude. All right, next one. Like I said, I didn't fully unwrap these. So these aren't anything fancy. These are the backings to my timing cover. Mine were broken. It's really the only reason I got OEM replacements. But, you know, it's always nice to have new. Nothing fancy in that one. Oh my lord. Okay. This one is my other Import Image Racing package that I have. Perrin, nothing fancy here. This is just my oil Phillip cap. I naturally went with the blue, metallic blue, to offset all the other color blue that I have in my engine bay. If you guys haven't figured out yet, I'm kind of keeping with the theme here. I'm doing a lot of blue, silver, and black to look throughout the entire engine bay. It's gonna clean it up real nice, look really good. And then I also got the Gates Racing Power timing kit. So I believe this also comes with a new water pump. So that'll have everything set up in there, new tensioner, new timing belt, new pulleys, because all of these old ones kind of aren't gonna work very well. Where did I put that? I got boxes galore. Obviously, these are all the parts that I have recently purchased within the past few weeks. There's some, I don't know how well you, hopefully you guys can see me better there. Anyway, there's some honorable mentions in here of boxes that I have elsewhere. So again, back to the lower side, I have the Killer Bee oil pickup. That's just to help sloshing around a little bit. If you guys know anything, when you check Subaru, they don't have any baffles within the the oil pan. The Killer Bee oil pickup sits a little bit lower, has the baffles in there to help oil, fluctuate in there. Obviously, I would recommend if you want to track a Subaru, go with the IAG baffled oil pan. I'm not tracking it, so it's not that big of a deal. I also have all the stuff I already had on the car. So I had the Tomei Extreme equal length headers. I have a Perrin turbo inlet. I have it right here, the engine short ram intake, and then a bunch of other parts in the middle of there. So I have the injector dynamics, full top feed injectors set up. So I have the new braided lines. I have a lot of the necessary stuff, because if you guys don't know, 2004 STI was the only year that they ran side feed injectors. 2005 was when they switched it to top feed. I obviously need to convert in 04 from side feed to top feed. So that includes, I need my TGV housings, and they're going to be on the way here very soon, waiting for a little bit of money to drop. And then, I have 1050cc injectors from Injector Dynamics to run with the whole kit with fuel rails. I also have recently replaced the cooling system. So I have the Koyurad radiator with the Mishimoto expansion tank, which I have like I said earlier, the Mishimoto inlet and outlet on the radiator. And then I'm not going to unpackage this because it's kind of a pain to put back in. But I have the Mishimoto radiator fan shroud sitting over here in this box. As you guys know, it has the aluminum panning all the way around, and then the two fans that are plug and play already in there. Yeah, the only reason I really got that was because my radiator fan shroud is broken on the bottom, the driver bottom side. I have a lot of things. Down here, I didn't even notice I had it sitting here. I have ARP head studs to also, obviously help hold the power, because the stock head studs, well, they're not even head studs, they're head bolts. Not going to hold the power that I'm kind of pushing for. Let's see if I have any other boxes. Oh, and then I also have the Grimspeed top mount intercooler with the Grimspeed Y-pipe silicone and the intake manifold silicone hose as well. Okay, I believe that was everything I ran over. That was almost everything. Obviously, I have the minor things. So now that I have this downpipe, I got a catback. I don't know which catback it is, if I'm being honest. I didn't purchase it. Then I have the Energy bucket seats and just everything to help offset this power, hopefully. I'm going to get new tires here soon, hopefully. It's a lot of parts. I have a couple more things that I got to order. Like I said earlier, the TGV housings for the top feed. And then I'm also going to order the Cusco catch can. Obviously, Subaru, as most people, they run aerial separators. That's specifically if you don't want to do any maintenance, but a catch can works just as well. You just got to dump it back in manually. It's just, to separate oil from air. Nothing too crazy. And then on the back side of the engine, I will have the X clutch full face cushioned clutch. So basically it'll run sort of like an organic, but also like a 6-puck. It's kind of in the middle spot. From everything I read, it's to hold the amount of power that I'm looking for. So it shouldn't be anything too crazy. As well as the X clutch lightweight flywheel. I'm trying to get a nice organic daily clutch feel, and I know the lightweight will help that. And then the full cushion, instead of going like twin disc, which twin disc obviously runs out a little bit quicker. If you don't know, those organic clutches kind of constantly are rotating with each other. So that, I believe, is every single part that I have bought for this Subaru to hopefully push 450 wheel horsepower. It is a lot of parts and a lot of money just to make that little bit of power. If you want to make a lot of power and you plan a drag race, I wouldn't recommend going Subaru, I guess, but at the same time, I do love Subaru, and I will never fight them on anything. Let me just double check, make sure I got everything. Yes, I believe so, other than, you know, my carbon fiber hood, but that doesn't really matter too much. Oh, I just did it, my Deechworks DW300 high pressure fuel pump. Obviously you need to be pushing a lot of fuel to be pushing that amount of power. You know, air, fuel, spark, everything you kind of need. The cams that I did get, I don't know if I talked about it or showed it, but I did get GSC S2 camshafts so they're a full 272 duration. They're very pretty, and I wish I could have showed you guys, but we'll see them once I get these heads out and onto the new block that is down here. That is all coming very soon. I just need to wait on a couple more parts, and then the biggest thing I'm waiting on is the turbo. Now, I'm not sure which turbo I'm going to be running, but it's not going to be a turbo that's going to push crazy amount of power. I'm probably going to be going with a Blauch Dom 3.0 XTR with the Garrett ball bearing internals. And it should still fit to stock location. I'm trying to keep with stock location instead of going front mount. This is a lot to be going over for just a car that I'm going to be getting rid of in like 6 months. But it's going to be worth it. And then have all this set up, and I'm going to have it tuned by MoFab in Parker, Colorado. And they're going to be sending me hopefully over a base map so I can do a startup here in the garage. If not, I will be trailering it over to their shop, having them do the base map, the break-in. I'm going to be doing miles for the break-in, and then we're going to do a power tune. It's a lot of parts and a lot of setup for this car, and I'm very excited, and I'm excited for you guys to see what happens. But yeah, I believe that is everything to talk about parts-wise that I have gotten for the 04 STI. Let's pray for 450 wheel. That's all I'm hoping for. I built everything to more than that. The short block alone is supposed to be built, or at least those rods I know for sure will hold 750 to the crank. Overbuilt, less power that I'm gonna be pushing. So yeah, that is everything. On the next video, hopefully we'll be diving into this engine. I'm going to probably start on it early. I'm going to get the master cylinder done. I keep talking about it every video, but now I'm going to actually get it done here very quickly. And then we will be diving into this engine and building it up from the ground, making a badass race car. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Adios.